This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. We are in the middle of a conversation with Rimergon, Skane, and Andra. Probably the three craziest gods. Well, Rimergon might not be that crazy. The other two, though. I'm being asked what I seek, and I'm not sure how to answer. I think I'm going to go with number 3, though. Understanding of who I was, and what my past means now.
Your past is one of loss and sorrow. The key to it is Theos, a man who has been forgotten to you for many lifetimes.
Yet there is a greater plot at work here, Watcher. Theos acts not for himself. He is the Burned Queen's quiet slave, a master of secrets and schemes.
Skane's beady black eyes glint.
Theos is a winter gale, unseen by the world even while he carves and shapes it. Woodica directs him, sending him to wipe her enemies from Eora.
Alright, yeah.
And animancy as well. He would see those secrets lost, the knowledge forgotten.
The waves whisper. Yeah, that part seems not so great. Palagina turns to you and speaks softly through a smug grin. If I don't make it through this, assuming it's not too much to ask, please tell the dukes that I did tell them so. Yeah, I'll tell them.
And he would see his mistress grow fat on the essence of thousands. For her, he has harvested the unborn souls of the Deerwood.
It's impossible to tell whether Skane's ragged expression is a smile or a snarl. Why does Theos hate animancy? Well, we already know the answer to this, but...
He believes that some knowledge is best lost to mortals.
The waves break quietly against the ice for several seconds.
More importantly, Woodica despises it, and he yields to the will of the exiled queen in all things.
He mimes an exaggerated bow. What does Woodica want with these souls?
To consume them, to collect her evaporating power, rebuilding what the turning ages have stripped from her.
The gaunt auroch seems to sigh as freezing winds tug at its fur.
She would reclaim her status like an island of silt dredged from the sea.
With this fresh, raw essence, Woodica will seize power over those gods and kith who have refused to acknowledge her authority, the ultimate act of vengeance.
Right, so basically... some bullshit. We don't support this. We don't support this. This is no good. This cannot stand. The grieving mother's eyes burn. Are the gods no better than kith? Plots and schemes. They consume the innocent and feed them to the powerful. A never satisfied hunger. What now?
Theos has removed these souls from the cycle. They are ice melting in the sun. Let them fade.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say. Rimergon's deep, slow voice echoes across the glacier.
Let them forget this world and be forgotten by it.
Waves crash in agreement. See, this is this one, I'm definitely not going to do this one.
Take the souls she so desires and grind them into dust. Let her see her careful schemes thoroughly ruined.
Yeah, this is a no. This one's a no. Skane grins, still huddled next to one of the beast's woolly legs. That last one sounded a little nastier than the other two. I know, Adair, isn't that right? For several seconds, the waves wash quietly against the ice, and the auroch stands silently amidst the churning flurries.
It is the destiny of all things to crumble and join the chaos that follows this world. Some seek it willingly, as you have seen.
Yeah, crazy people, yeah.
To mingle, roiled and stirred by the tides of the universe. It is not an unkind fate.
You would give these souls the very fate you sought to deny the Glamfellan pilgrims.
I am the beast of winter. I neither speed nor alter my path for the whims and desires of Kith. I take souls at the time of my choosing, be it mote by mote or in a sudden tempest of chaos.
Okay. That's not a reason.
These souls, they have already forgotten their place in this world. They have been lost to existence. Let them be memorialized and mourned for an age, and then forgotten entirely.
The waves rise, beseeching you. No, I don't want to do that. I don't like that. Why do you oppose Boudica?
She desires to order chaos and shackle the agents of change in the world. Under her, all things would remain static and frozen according to her laws.
The aurochs shakes its hoary mane, exposing its prominent ribs.
Even now, she only barely keeps the pact of the gods to leave the affairs of Kith in mortal hands. She moves in Theos where she cannot move directly.
But everyone else is trying to use that same loophole now.
And so we call on you to do the same. Such are the schemes of the Queen that was.
Skane's laughter is thin and shrill. I'll seek Theos in sun and shadow.
When you reach the burial isle, we will send lost souls to guide you through the pit. This is our gift to you. What you do after you face Theos will be your choice, but we would have you set the stolen essence adrift.
And whether you would heed us or no, understand that our end comes to all things eventually. Help us achieve it, and we shall reward you now with a power to rival Theos's.
The beast advances.
But do not choose lightly. We forget nothing, least of all a betrayal.
I would hear what the other gods have to say first.
Do not wait forever. We wait, but Theos does not.
Oh, I think he does. I think he's gonna wait down there for me no matter how long I take. Rimergon continues towards you, swallowing you in a blinding, deafening snowstorm. You experience a dizzying, exhilarating disorientation, oblivious to the landscape around you and even the reality of your own body. You hear a noise that could be the shrieking winds or Skane's screeching cackle, and then it recedes with everything else. Rimergon reappears in the distance, trudging away from you, and the whiteout follows him. As the vision of snow fades, it leaves in its wake the flagstones of Ter Evron. Into the white voids, complete. I can return to Ter Evron to ask for his blessing. Skulls for Mother added. Ooh, another side mission. Nice. Let's do this. Let's send Aloth on another mission here. Skulls for Mother. Somewhere deep in the ruins of Ibril's Well, a pair of Puigra prey on travelers and offer up sacrifices to their mother. In the past, travelers simply knew to avoid all trails leading near the well, but in recent years, the Puigra have increased the range of their hunts. Travelers have been abducted or killed on the roads between Solace Vale and Midwood. Glonfothans are reticent to enter Ibril's Well due to the religious significance of the ruins there, but that hasn't stopped the residents of the affected towns from requesting help from within the Deerwood. Aloth, you got this, buddy. Here you go. He'll handle it. Don't even trip. Alright, we have one more god to talk to, and that is Berith. And he might be the one that I side with. Okay, so definitely not siding with them. Definitely. Maybe. Definitely not. But he might have the most compelling argument. And by he, actually, I mean it. Or they. They, I suppose, is the correct pronoun. Because Bareth is neither male nor female. Bareth is both and or none. So... I like Helia's, kind of, but I kind of don't. Because of the arguments the grieving mother made. Let's see what Bareth has to say. Once more you stand before the shrine and the skull constellation which marks its dedication to Bareth. Pray to Bareth. As you pray to Bareth, you again find yourself on the road. Squinting into the distance, you see a short, pale figure waiting for you. At first, you think it's another vision of Archdruid Reston, but then you notice the figure's skeletal frame and rictus grin. He stands in front of another skull gate, but the way leads down, not onward. He beckons for you to approach.
The Usher, gatekeeper at the Shroud. Not here for us, I hope. I'm not done just yet.
Behind you is a woman, her skin milk pale against her black hair. She wears a suit of armor so dark it seems to suck the light from the stars. The road winds up a mountain behind her.
A toll, traveler.
She holds out a hand. The Pallid Knight. He's the Usher and she's the Pallid Knight. We've heard about them. They're like manifestations of Bareth.
Ah, and here's the Pallid Knight. That toll will grow steeper with time.
Kana gives a nervous chuckle. Oh, I have to decide which one of them I want to... Ooh, I don't know. This is, I mean, both of them are trying to take me to death, right? I guess I'll pay the Pallid Knight. You drop a few coppers into her hand, and she closes her fist around the coins. You instantly feel a small weight added to your purse. I don't remember what her voice really sounded like.
The lord of this road demands a toll of all, but he lends generously that all might travel his road again.
Behind her, the Usher grins his lipless smile and waits. The road bores into the mountain, and you find yourself in a gigantic cavern. The ceiling curves up and away, and it's dotted with moisture. At this distance, the shining beads look like stars, clustered and scattered in constellations. Oh my god, we're in the Neath! From Sunless Sea, we're in the Neath! The Usher and the Pallid Knight lead you up a trail carved into the edge of the cavern. Two identical cave mouths wait up ahead, and you follow the Usher to one of them. Standing at the edge and gazing down, you see an endless, ever-changing plain, bisected by a road. Only then do you realize that you're no longer on the road. As you follow the road to the point where it disappears below you, you realize that you're standing in one of the eye sockets of a massive skull. The Usher points to the road. Archdruid Reston appears below you. He's just as you remembered him. Chopped up and bloody and dead because of me murdering him. Stern and smooth-skinned. Yet with each step along the road he grows, swelling with blood and essence. His heavy steps become slower and slower until he stops altogether. His distended body fills the path completely.
You met a dwarf traveling this road. What did you do?
The Pallid Knight's voice is low and soft. He lived on the blood of others. I saw justice done.
There is no justice in the tides that move the seas, nor in the seasons that nurture and slay all growing things. There is no morality in the forces that move the world. They are inevitable, products of their own self-perpetuating motion.
The Pallid Knight's flesh is taut against her skull. Alright, no justice in nature. As Rustin's swollen body ruptures, the effect is like a dam bursting. Ghostly figures, as hazy and indistinct as wisps of smoke, continue along the cleared path. Some tumble and rush along, while others amble and drift, but all continue forward. The usher directs your attention to another figure moving down the path. This will be Arona, right? Or Ravona? Whatever the head of the Ovates of the Golden Grove. This time you see High Ovate Arona. Yes. As she follows the road, her movements become slow and erratic. Her legs creak with each step, and her feet grow long, thick roots that burrow into the ground. She finally stops, rooted in place.
You found a tree that had lived for centuries. Its roots were deep, and its boughs sheltered many. Why did you cut it down?
'Cause you told me to? I had a quest. I enjoy cutting things down, number 5. The Pallid Knight turns to you again. It was unnatural, couldn't sustain itself, trees don't belong in the road. Thought if I cleared the tree, maybe the Lord of the Road would grant me a boon. I'm tired of the tree's endless riddles. It was a parasite. While its branches sheltered others, its roots sucked them dry.
All draw their life's energy from the deaths of others. This is why all must remain part of the cycle of death and rebirth. No creature may be a closed loop unto itself.
That makes sense. Arona's body petrifies below, and the shimmering leaves of her hair blow down the path.
You seek another who has lived his lives on the brink of the cycle. He sits on the inside of the wheel, observing its revolutions. With each life, he is plucked from the stream and returned to it intact. Why do you hunt Theos?
Because he's an asshole. Let's see. Revenge for answers. He's trapped a bunch of souls. Let's seek a resolution. For answers. He understands what has happened to me.
Answers are circular, Watcher. To find them, you must begin with the right question. The question is not what Theos has done, but whom he serves.
The Pallid Knight inclines her head. Starlight gleams off of her hollow cheek.
One of many questions I have, really, but it's certainly a start. I thought Theos self-directed. What master commands our grim friend?
Kana, you have not been paying attention through the other 3 conversations with the gods. We know, it's Wudica. As they've told us, all of them have told us. Kana, what are you doing? What have you been thinking about while we were having these lengthy conversations?
Theos serves Wudica. She desires an escape from her own cycle, power without decline. Theos has removed thousands of souls from the cycle so that their essence might empower her.
The black depths of her eyes threaten to swallow you.
You must stop him, and you must return them to the cycle.
See, that's exactly what I said Bareth was going to want. I was totally right on what Bareth and Rimergon wanted. What end would it serve to send the souls back? No, that's a dumb question, but I'm probably going to end up asking it anyway. Why does Wudica even need Theos' help? Why do you need mine, for that matter? I already know the answer to this, the other gods told me, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
The gods guide souls through the cycle of death and rebirth, but Aora is the domain of mortals. We stand aside, weights and counterweights. Were one to alter the tides of Kith, all would follow. We would tip this world from its axis. That is why Boudica directs a mortal to do her bidding, and why any who would stop Theos must be mortal as well.
What end would it serve to send the souls back into the cycle?
Attending to these souls is a question of stability, Watcher, of maintaining the natural order of the world and the ebb and flow of essence.
All right, I'm going to ask number 4, even though I don't really, like, this is not a real question I have, but I'm just going to play devil's advocate here and see what Bareth has to say. What's wrong with Boudica seizing this power?
The cycle of Kith is a thing of balance. Likewise is the cycle of gods. We rise and fall in the favor of mortals, only to fall and rise again. But Boudica seeks the power to place herself outside this cycle. She would root herself and grow to the detriment of others.
The usher silently gestures to the road where a broken tree and a husk of flesh are still visible. Cycles are changeless and monotonous. Surely there's a better alternative.
The illusion of revolution? It is merely part of another cycle, and a painful one. True change has structure, geometry. It is the product of cycles within cycles, 1,000 gears spinning and moving the universe by degrees.
Alright, that's probably true. If Theos is meddled with these souls, perhaps it would be better to destroy them.
The cycle is merciless, but it is not wasteful. Time and the endless procession of rebirths eventually grind souls into dust, but until then, they must pass from the world and return to it. Their continuing movement advances the cycle itself.
See that? Yeah, I get it. Couldn't they be returned to Hollowborn?
As battered, burdened things, do you mix soured wine with fresh? The kindness you seek lies in giving them a new beginning, not in shackling them to this life.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good point, and with what Grieving Mother said earlier, I don't think sending them back into the original bodies is a great idea. I don't think I can go with Team Helia here. So it's probably between Galawain and Bareth. I feel like doing what Bareth wants is the most, like, correct thing to do. But I am also really inclined to side with Abaddon and Galawain. I think I understand what you're telling me. The usher gestures to the road and the starry expanse beyond, while the pallid night speaks.
I only show you the motion of the universe, Watcher.
I must go to Sun and Shadow now.
No mortal can survive the descent into the pit. But there are souls on the burial isle that are pledged to me. I will grant them to you, and they shall bear you down safely, as well as light the way beyond.
A multitude appears at the other end of the road, raising their voices and kicking up dust as they make their way towards you.
Return them to the cycle, Watcher. Promise that you will, and I shall give you power befitting a champion of death.
The pallid knight raises a finger.
Accept my favor, however, and I will demand this decision as your due. I collect from all mortals in time.
I need to think about this.
Do not delay long, Watcher. What Theos seeks to do cannot be undone, even by the turning of the wheel.
The usher points behind you. When you turn, you find yourself again standing in Tir Evron. So now we have to make the actual decision. Bareth is pleased that both druid leaders have returned to the cycle. The god has promised me safe passage to Sun and Shadow and support in my pursuit of Theos. Collected some taxes. Alright, which one do I side with? I think it can't be Helia. Definitely not going to be this crew of crazies. So it's either going to be Bareth or Galawain and Abaddon. So what I think is, I think the most good thing to do is what Bareth wants. Let the souls go back to the cycle and go through the process of reincarnation and have new lives and continue on their journey that they're supposed to as souls. I think that would cause the least suffering. It would be the least unfair to them. I think that's what should happen. I think that's what Seraphina would choose. However, I think Katie would see it a different way. I think she is inclined to agree with them and empower the people that are currently alive. Rather than worrying about the journeys of souls and stuff. So, as much as I as a player, would like to choose Bareth's, I think that's the one I favor the most as a player, and my original character would have chosen that. I think, playing Katie, I'm going to choose to side with Abaddon, Magron, and Galawain instead.
Slowly now.
So, before I make this choice, I'm going to do a save here. A proper save. And then we're going to do this. Talk to Durance about Woodica. Nice. I don't know what druid I'm supposed to take Haravius to. Galawain and his beast, followed by Magron and Abaddon, emerge from the foliage. I pledge now that I shall convert the captured souls into essence to strengthen the Deerwood.
The bargain is struck, Watcher. Keep your part.
Galawain lunges for you and sinks a hatchet into your chest. You cry out, but the pain passes quickly. Energy and power seep into you through the wound, and when Galawain withdraws, the flesh knits again to contain something warm and pulsing with power. Katie was granted Galawain's boon. The vision vanishes in an instant, returning you to Ter Evron, where burning candles replace the glowing eyes of Galawain's beasts. Galawain's boon. Now that I have divine favor, I can travel to the Burial Isle and pursue Theos. I agreed to use the souls to strengthen the Deerwood in exchange for Galawain's power. Alright, what did Galawain's power entail? +1 might, +1 athletics? That's the power of a god that he granted to me? The godlike power, huh? +1 might, +1 athletics? Blessing from the god Galawain. Well, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. Wow. I guess, that does it for that. We're ready to get out of here. Wow, so that was really cool. This whole part of the game here was really cool. So much deep dive into the lore of their setting with all the gods and stuff. Alright. Let's go. So I think what I'm going to do is go to the Burial Isle, clear the map, you know, explore everything, kill all the undead or whatever's there. Then don't go down the well into Sun and Shadow, and I'll go do all the rest of my side quests, get everything completed, then go down the well. into Sun and Shadow as the final thing. Can I talk to them again?
What do you wish to know? Until we meet again.
No. Uh-oh, here we go.
Stop right there.
Okay. What's up? Iovara. That name is really familiar. I don't remember who she is, but she's somebody that I've dealt with before. And apparently she's dead now.
Hey.
You're in the wrong city, Inquisitor.
The Phantom Soldier raises his short sword to your chest. Inquisitor. Oh, this is something from the memories from the past life, right?
Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home? I've seen your trials with my own eyes.
I've seen you light pyres with good people tied to them. People I'd known many a year.
He seizes you by the throat, and your airway tightens, whether real or imagined you cannot tell.
They deserve your confession.
He raises the point of his sword, holding it a hair's breadth from your eye.
Suros, what are you doing?
She has a special portrait. Startled, the soldier releases you immediately and turns to face the speaker, a woman in a plain wool tunic, fully a head shorter than he, but somehow seeming to tower over him. You have seen this woman's face before, but from afar, bloodied and burned as she lay stretched across an iron wheel. At the moment, it is marked only with concern.
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady, daring to approach our camp.
If she is so poor an assassin as to approach an armed guard in daylight, I should have little to fear. I would hear what this woman has to say.
She stares him down until he can no longer face her. He turns away, sour-faced, and pretends to be suddenly distracted by something far off.
Surely this is some trick of my mind. I did not expect to see you again.
Iovara's eyes widen as she sees your face for the first time. Yeah, what is going on here? I really wish I'd looked at my vision things and refreshed my memory on the visions before this. I think she was like my lover or something in my past life, and then I abandoned her to come work for Theos, and then Theos sent me back to spy on her or something. Or kill her, or... So I'm just gonna be honest, I think.
Grand Inquisitor Theos Ix Arcanon, dispatch me here to spy on you.
Iovara doesn't blink.
Are things as desperate as that over there? I'd never have known. I hope your next assignment is more stimulating. Listening to my lectures is dull work for a spy. I hoped there might be another reason. But you're here, and that is good enough on its own. Whatever your reasons, I've missed you over all these years. Having you here now at a time when I'm surrounded by strangers is a wonderful gift.
I would like for you to stay here in our camp as my guest.
Cool.
My lady Iovara, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor. This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
No longer able to remain quiet, the soldier approaches Iovara and puts his hand on her shoulder, turning her aside. His voice is hushed, but by no means private.
This is a missionary, same as I was, taught the wrong things as I was. If I can't have faith in one woman's ability to reason once she knows the truth, what hope do we have?
She brushes his hand away with the calm grace of the resolute.
My lady, she admits being a spy.
He's got a good point.
That should make her less of a threat, wouldn't you agree? I have nothing to hide. All I see here is an opportunity to persuade someone who could help us.
She wants to win her over. Back away from Theos. Question is, does she succeed?
We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we should be turning away. And if the Inquisition wants my life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me. Come. We have much to talk about.
Yavara beckons you somewhere behind her. So the next vision in the story, this was it. Like moving forward the story of our past. You know, our past life. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look at our visions here. You admitted you'd been in love with the heretic once. See, that's Yovara. He referred to you as Inquisitor, and he referred to a growing movement of people gathering around a heretic woman named Yovara Exencios. He sought her apprehension. Given your connection with Yovara, he asked you to aid him in bringing her to justice. He implied that treachery would be involved. You spoke for the first time with Yovara outside Ter Evron. She welcomed you into her camp, appreciating the chance to reminisce. See, now I'm interested. I want to see what happens next with that. Let's check on the old biography. It's probably got some updates. Helia gave you a vision of a winged terror that had taken over her temple, and there you found a dragon protecting its young. You slew the dragon, making the area safe for Helia's followers to return. Galawain enlisted your help in forcing confrontation between a lioness and a bear whose stalemate he found undesirable. You ensured the death of Oernos, allowing the lioness Sul to continue her reign. Rimergond asked you to seal a doorway to his domain, the Frost-hewn Breach, in his Temple of Noonfrost. It was being opened by a group of pale elves seeking a final death and removal from the churn of Bareth's wheel. You sealed the Frost-hewn Breach as Rimergond had commanded, leaving the elves to contemplate their continued existence. You communed with the gods in Ter Evron and learned that Theos' plot does not end with the destruction of Animancy and Deerwood. He intends to give the souls he displaced to Wudica, a move that would likely restore her dominion over the other gods. Bareth demanded the deaths of the Archdruid Reston and Arona, High Ovate of the Golden Grove, and you saw their lives ended. That probably should have been up above. Alright, so we'll go to the Burial Isle next. Yeah, we'll go to the Burial Isle next.
Nice and slow.
What's up, warrior? Come out and play. Clear waters taste sweet and refreshing. Yum, clear waters.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Gather in my party before venturing forth. That is what I'm doing. Size and youth made no difference for Oernos. Ah, they're talking about the bear that I killed. Yeah, Oernos kind of got his ass kicked. Just saying. Oh, I can't go to Burial Isle from here. I have to go to Old Song. Okay. Sure. So we'll clear this map. Everything except for actually going down the well. Then we'll go back to Cadnua. And we'll grab our different companions and do their side quests. I'll take Sagani up to the North Weald to do her thing. I'll take Haravius back to Twin Elms to find his druid that he needs to talk to. I'll get Durance in the party and have my conversation with him. And then we will do, after we do all that, we'll do finally the Stronghold quest, a call to court. And then it will be time to go down the well and start chapter 4, which is the end game of this motherfucker. Or what's the way to... Oh, I have to take the boat. That's right. That's why I couldn't just travel there, because I have to take the boat. I remember now. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Everybody look at me, because I'm standing on a boat. Alright, boat guy. Let's do this. Just quick save.
Many blessings, traveler.
Take me across. Durval inclines his head in acknowledgement. I will. Take care that you do not lose your footing. These waters have a fickle temper. Here we go to the burial isle. Ooh, look at this loading screen. This place looks awesome. Love those statues. Those are some really big statues, too. Considering you see that huge staircase next to them. This looks cool. Court of the Penitents updated. I've reached the shores of the burial isle. Somewhere on the island, the Court of the Penitents offers a way into Braith Aemon and to Sun and Shadow. Skulls for Mother completed. Ah. He finished his little mission here. Aloth explored the ruins of Ibril's Well extensively, and found a wide array of dangers in the ancient city's crumbling homes and palaces. Though the Pugra had always been hostile to outsiders, Aloth was able to speak with them, and realized that they were being mentally controlled by someone else. The source of the increased attacks was an Orlan Cipher who had been disowned by her father and subsequently banished from the twice-split Arrows. Especially skilled at mental domination, the Cipher was using the Pugra, or children, to make a small fortune on unlucky travelers. However, once Aloth drew her out into the open, the overconfident Cipher was quickly defeated. In the Cipher's lair near the heart of Ibril's Well, Aloth discovered a grisly treasure, a necklace the Pugra had formed from the teeth of the Orlan's murdered father. Father's teeth. 18 fortitude necklace? That is a ton of fortitude. Grants rot skulls. Summon a weapon, rot skull, for 30 seconds. Charges remaining 4. This grisly necklace is fashioned from the teeth of a dead Orlan, the unfortunate father of a deranged Cipher who used her powers to terrorize travelers near the Glonfothan ruins of Ibril's Well. The Cipher's daughters, mind-controlled Pugra, made the necklace for her as a gift. Wow. That is kind of creepy. Kind of is. Alright, so we can take the boat back. What's up, Dorval? Dorval greets you with the same quiet smile. Have you finished your business here? Farewell. No, I have not. I've just begun my business here.
Thoughts will be a silent, troubled spirit surround us.
Yeah, in other words, there's going to be a bunch of undead here. Is what I'm hearing. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh!
I remember when I was a girl, and the missionaries came and told us about the gods. They said we could see them in the stars.
Alright, cool. Another Yovara memory vision thing. Yovara looks off in the distance at something only she can see.
I remember when I heard that, I snuck out at night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because I wanted to see them better.
Did it work?
That fort burned down a few years ago when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort.
They'll do a lot worse if they ever return.
Those missionaries are all inquisitors now. Strange to think they're the same people underneath. But I suppose you would know.
She looks at you.
You called this place home once. Do you worry about it? worry about you. You should be more worried about yourself. Half the guards still plot your death at night.
I miscalculated many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
I agree. That is a good thing.
I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf.
She looks off again.
I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. Allies in a stronghold that can resist an invading army.
You can feel words formed long ago rising in your throat like a toxic black bile. Have you thought about Oceanus?
Oceanus. They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
So now, am I actually trying to help her here, or am I still trying to cross her out and serve Theos by this suggestion? I can't tell. Oh. Hello, floating wisp thingies. Another vision of Yovara came to you at the docks of the Burial Isle. She was concerned for her home city and was contemplating building an army to counter Theos' Inquisition. You did as Theos had asked, telling her she should seek refuge in Oceanus, where in fact, the king was already prepared to turn her over to the Inquisition. Oh, that answers the question then. I was still trying to cross her out. So this was a betrayal. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Sorry, Yovara. I had a quest. I had a quest from Theos to do this shit. So, I mean, what can I say? Old love is good and everything, but I got a quest. When you got a quest, you got a quest. What's happening here? What was that? Did that soul just go into me? It did. I'm collecting the souls. Those must be the ones that are going to take me down the well that the gods told me about. Whoop! Pugra!
Hey.
I expected to find undead, not these. Adair, would you like to... Oh, and men progress as well. Alright, rest of the team, do you want to maybe get involved in this? You can run to there. You can attack there. You can attack there. You can stun there. You can stun there.
I'm ready.
Now that you're in position, Ring of the Ancient Forge! Everybody, come over here, unless you are a dare. If you are a dare... You can do this, Adair. Upgrade your sword, Adair. Upgrade your sword, Adair. Oh, he killed her with the shield. Damn it, Adair. You had one job. You had one job. And that was just to kill that lady with your sword. You only had to do one kill. And you had to kill her with a shield bash, didn't you? Didn't you?
I'll keep an eye out.
You had one job. Oh, man. Oh, what is this? This looks, dramatic. Shall I click on it? I think I will. I think it's quick save time first, though. You venture through a doorway into an underground tunnel. A staircase coils upwards, leading to a dim passage. On the upper level, light filters through the collapsed ceiling. A wall of piled stones and rubble blocks the way ahead. With my perception 17, I'll examine the pile of rubble. To your observant eye, the mass looks dangerously unstable. The rocks appear to have held together through sheer chance. Moving even one could send the rest tumbling. What if I clear the rubble with a pry bar? You wedge your pry bar against a large stone, and you put all your weight into it. Your efforts dislodge the boulder, and it rolls free with a heavy groan. Other slabs and chunks of debris begin to break away. The massive pile creaks and rumbles, threatening to loose 1,000 pounds of stone around you. As the debris tumbles down, you lunge through the narrowing gap. However, Devil of Karok isn't fast enough and disappears behind the falling rocks. What? Devil of Karok emerges from a cloud of dust, hunched over and cradling tender ribs. She doesn't even have ribs! But I know what you mean. Light breaks into the tunnel up ahead, growing brighter as you continue. Soon the passage ends, opening up high on the cliffside of the Burial Isle. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Well, here we are. Now we're up here. And there's scariness taking place.
Steady does it.
What do we have here? A skull with, bracers of deflection. And some camping supplies. You venture through the doorway and into a passage strewn with rubble. A spiraling staircase descends to a lower level where a damp sea breeze mingles with centuries of dust. Right, okay, so it just took us back.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Alright, here we go.
Hey.
What's up, specters? That is a lot of ghosts. That is a lot of ghosts. A lot. Okay. That shade is yours. You can attack there. Actually, you can bless us. You can attack there. You can try to just go running up in there. You can take this one right here. You can take this one back here. Like you give a fuck, and drop the Ring of the Ancient Forge! Adair, keep working your magic right here. Bust caps in that one. Actually, that one. Now you can do a little thing I like to call Amplified Wave. You can make that one your sworn enemy. Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. That Amplified Wave put in work. And we collect tons and tons of spirit residue.
Which is not very quiet.
Oh, it's one of those huge statues. The towering stone creature is cold and slimy with fungal growth. Its horns look sharp enough to saw through lumber. Wow. Looks like we couldn't get up this way. Alright. Cooly cools. But before I explore this upper tier, I kind of want to go back down and explore the rest of the lower tier. Oh, hey, souls. Thanks, souls.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
I want to make sure I've explored the entirety of the lower tier area here. And we will continue our... Oh, there's a feral druid. We will continue our exploration of the Burial Isle in our next episode. But that is going to do it for this one. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.